Hello, Gemini, and welcome back. I love your reading. Oh my god, it's so good. Um, Illumination is like it just I just love it so much. It's so I know that perhaps maybe you might be experiencing this as like but it's illuminating and it's good. It's goodness. So so for your second half of the reading, we have both of the tower cards here. And now before you go into the, oh my god, it's the tower card, it's like, it's the ruin of everything. Very dramatic, okay? Just, that's very dramatic. It's not the ruin of everything. It's not. It's like you can have like two perspectives. These are two perspectives of what this is. Okay, so all right. Where do we start? Okay, so I guess we'll just start here because it's like the way that the cards are visually setting it up for me is just so juicy and good. So, all right, so this is you, right? You are resisting, defending yourself against. Well, it's like you see it as your demise. I'm using very dramatic words because for some reason this is coming through as like bigger than what it seems. It's coming through as like making mountains out of molehills. That type of thing. So you're seeing it as if you were to go into this connection, to live up, right, to your word as we were speaking about before. It's like you feel as though it's going to quench all, not quench, that's interesting, quench, I'm just like analyzing that word. So you feel as though it would, well, the word that's interesting, the word that I was wanting to use, you feel as though it would extinguish, right, your passion, your vigor, your like gusto, right, in this world. But it came through actually as quench. So water quenches your thirst. So there is a part of you that is wanting your thirst to be quenched. And you have this water. I mean, hell, you're in this state right here. There's no water over here. You're dry. This is like, it's very dry. Very dry. Void of emotion, right? Not seeing the emotions and all of this. But there is a part of you that's wanting to be quenched. Like your thirst is wanting to be quenched. And then you have, that's what this is. And so it's like the universe, if you will, is like, oh, okay. Gemini wants their thirst to be quenched. That's perfect because they actually agreed to this. So let me just go ahead and bring them this cup. Okay, now that they've got that cup, let's add in this character so that they can fill their cup. They can fill their cup. Oh, that's beautiful. I'm getting a beautiful image of, if you've seen, it's a Tim Burton film, Corpse Bride. And it's like the words that they were saying during their, oh, this is cute. The words that they were saying during their like wedding ceremony. It's the oath, it's the agreement, it's that contract, it's the word that you stood by, or well, you did stand by. And it's like it's coming due. It's coming due. It's like I will fill your whatever. I don't know exactly what they say, but that's the imagery that came to my mind. It's like I will fill your cup. So you're up here. You're still fighting. I'll give it to you. You're fighting really hard. You're really like no emotion. you've detached, which, in some cases can be a very beautiful thing. I mean, it is with the Queen of Swords that's showing up here in the second row of your reading. It is kind of like a part of you. It is something that is like, it's natural to you. It's natural to detach. And that's the thing. It's like, it's not necessarily becoming emotionless. It's, yeah, okay. It's like viewing the emotion without allowing the emotion to overcome you. And I'm feeling that when this emotion fills your vessel, right? It's like that's the part where you feel like you're losing yourself. And I think what is trying to be made known to you is that you're not losing yourself. There's nothing in this that you would have to like become a different person, or you would have to like not be who you naturally are. It's really what it's doing for you is it's the water, so it's carrying you into a new realm of experience. This is a new realm of experience, and it's like the easiest way to get there is by water, not by air. That's interesting. Because I'm thinking of like planes and then ships. The easiest way to get there is by water. So perhaps wherever you're going doesn't have a landing strip. And so, therefore, if you were to, now, of course, this is all full of analogy, but if you were to take a plane, to use the air to get there, which is your words, and not the emotional aspect of it, it's like it's never going to land. You'll never be able to land in that, like in the in the new world. You won't be able to land there. So, speaking even speaking of location, this Queen of Swords, oh, which reading? I think it was in the Cancer reading, in the Cancer extended. It was talking about how the Queen of Swords was representing a specific location that is drawing in people, different people, all kinds of different people. It's a representation of a point, of a location, of a point in our of a point in our world, where it was coming through as like a point in the crystalline grid. And crystalline grid, these grid nodes, these points are places where the energy is like amplified. It's a place where people go to kind of like to charge up. They might not even necessarily know that this is a place where it's like they're just inspired to go there. They're just inspired to go there. But the inspiration behind it is that it's a place where you can charge up and you can find clarity of mind. So that's what this Queen of Swords is representing as well. It's playing multiple duties. So, you know, with the Queen of Swords, she's got this white raven. She's got this white raven on her shoulder. And that white raven tells the Queen of Swords of what's to come. It's a symbol of prophecy. So what it's referring to is that it's like there's a signal that has been sent out to, well, I suppose it's actually you, actually, Gemini. It's actually you. You're the one who's received this signal. You're the one who has been inspired to go to this place that it's a lot easier to get there by boat through the water and not through the air. So you're going there, and this place here is waiting for your arrival. Actually, they're waiting for your arrival. They know you're coming. And this tower card here, because it's docked like this, docked, that's so funny. We're talking about boats and things like that. This is, it just tickles me pink. So so I have two tower cards. This is no towers are bad towers. They're all good towers, because ultimately they lead us into places that are more suited for our well-being. And sometimes the towers have to, well, not even necessarily the tower has to come down, but you have to remove yourself from that higher position, that you have to remove yourself from the higher position. It's that step up. It's that, what is that called? Maybe one of you guys can tell me in the comments. It's like when like, it's like I'm seeing a politician or something standing on a log. Not a log, but like a stump. It's like you have to step down from that elevated point in order to be able to receive what the new world wants to show you. It's like there's something that the new world, the crystalline grid, it's like there's a message. There's a message that is coming from the earth. And you have to go to this place. It's like you have to travel to this place. It could very well be traveling. There's been a lot of travel, a lot of movement in the collective lately. Okay, so there's it's like this place here is expecting one of you, but not necessarily expecting the other. And what it's referring to is that, because I'm seeing both of you on these, in these towers, right? This one here looks like it's representing you. And I'm seeing you, it's almost like, it's like something pushed you. It's like you're being pushed. Something came up behind you. You're all in this defensive, resistant way. And what I'm seeing is, it's like something came up behind you and like shoved you. You were you're so fixated on wanting to resist this that you didn't notice that there's someone behind you. And behind typically for me means that it's like a spirit guide or an ancestor. It could be an angelic, something along those lines. It actually, with that Queen of Swords here, it could even be like that location is pushing you to fall off of this tower. And now now you're like falling into the Six of Wands, which is, that's what I'm saying. These towers aren't a bad thing. You're falling into the beauty of what this relationship could be like. And what I find fascinating here is that, this location has been, they've already expected the other one, which I think is whoever you're dealing with. And they've already fallen. They're showing up actually as the Fool. So they've already taken the leap. They actually did it on their own. They made the choice to abandon fear. Because when the fool travels, he travels light, he travels with a pure heart, he travels with um, a sense of wonderment. He wants to see the magic that could unfold here. And that's actually what's inspired him to take this leap, to jump off this cliff. And he's doing it with his entire being. Like, I mean, there's no sense about, there's no hesitation in this for them. It's like they just went for it, right? And they're at the bottom. They're at the bottom of this tower, waiting for your arrival. And it's like you know, the difference is in between these two towers. It's like their ticket, if you will, has already been like stamped, or it's already been collected. I don't know why I'm like seeing trains now. You know, if you've ever been on a train, it's like I don't know, I don't think that's the train conductor that does that, but the guy comes down the train and he's like, show me your tickets. Now I'm seeing like Polar Express. Okay, there's a lot of imagery that's coming in, and they're like, show me your ticket, and they clamp it, right? They clamp it. It's like their ticket has already been clamped. They're there. They've arrived. I love it. I love it because in this background here of the Fool, I often see, I know it's a mountainside, but it often to me looks like a wave. Looks like a wave. It's like they're backed by the water. They're backed by the water. They're backed by their emotions. They're allowing their heart to lead the way. And because of that, their emotions and everything that comes along with it are ushering them forward into this place where they can meet you. You guys are meeting each other. Oh, this is fascinating. Because before in the YouTube, we're all on YouTube. Shit. Okay. And in the initial reading, it's like I was seeing a person that maybe perhaps you're almost like it's like an in and out, like you don't really know. Maybe perhaps that actually, perhaps you've made the choice to actually end that. And this is what's coming as, actually, what I'm hearing is as a reward. This is what's coming in after the fall, if you will. You know, because we talk about how in order to allow something new in, okay, let's just go back to this Four Cups. Hopefully it will serve as a good example. In order to allow something new in, and maybe this might not necessarily always be the case, but in order to allow something new in, it's like you have to get rid of something else so that it can take its place, type of thing. So you see how this cup is like kind of off to the side? These ones here, they're the ones, it's like they're stable. This cup, they're the stable ones in your life. This is the one that's kind of like, you're like, nah, I'm okay with losing that one. And then this one comes in. So okay, what's coming through here is, and this might be also why you are presenting in this Queen of Swords as well, because there's a part of you that knows that if you don't let go 1010 of whatever this is, or whatever previous relationship perhaps that you might have had, it's like, you know, that essentially that would be telling the universe that you're okay with being unhappy. It's like something along those lines. And so you've made the move to, you've made that move. And what's beautiful here actually is that you're standing in your power. Like, you have this sword down. It's in the ground, and what that symbolizes is that you're standing by your truth, which is very interesting, because if you're standing in your truth, then it's like, you know how you feel. Not always necessarily I know how I think, so this is my truth. It's like, you know how it feels too. So you're standing in that strength, actually, is what's coming through. And then when you do so and you move into, you know, you might even be the type of person that it's like you were in a relationship and then things went south, and you have decided to never be in a relationship like ever again. It's like, you're not doing that again, no matter what. You're detaching from all, that's interesting. You're detaching from all forms of love in that sense. And that's where that resistance is coming from as well. And so it's like, there's an orchestration at play here where this new next level that you're going to is going to require you to let go, of that resistance and fall into this. I mean, this right here, just let me get this. Let me get this one. Like, it's so pretty. This right here looks like, I mean, it legit looks like falling in love. Like, allow yourself to fall in love. This one is already there. They're already there. They are full heart forward. They are ready for this adventure. They are ready to it's interesting because it's the Fool. So the Fool does travel alone. He does have a companion. But there's a sense here, and it's wanting me to clarify for you that this place that you're going into, because they're showing up as the Fool, it's giving a sense of independence. So this falling in love, this new stage for you, there's no dependency in it. And it's like, I'm feeling that what maybe perhaps what's happened previously for you is that there was a lot of dependency. And it's almost like there's kind of like a little guarantee that because they're showing up as the Fool, there's no dependency. They're an independent being. They typically travel alone. But they're seeking some type of companionship. And so they've come to this place. It's like they've come to this place, you've come to this place, and this place has a message for you. The environment that you're going into, that you're perhaps, it feels like you're traveling there. The place that you're going has a message for you once you get on this. It's like a grid point. It's like a point in the crystalline grid. It's like you might just even be like walking You might actually and be enjoying this companionship, playing perhaps with this Six of Cups that's presented here. Just enjoying each other's presence, each other's company. And the message that's coming through is like it's gonna hit you. It's gonna hit you. Okay, this is what pushes you. I love it. Okay, this is what's pushing you. Is it's like there's a recognition. Oh, look at all this enlightenment. I love it. Okay, there's a recognition that you two are. Okay, so this card, I have another six of cups. I don't think it's yet presented itself on the channel, but it's two kids, but they look different from each other. They're still playing. It's the same thing, except for these two here, they're twins. So there's a message that's coming in when you get to this place, you settle in, you start to relax, you enjoy each other's company, you get into this light-hearted, playful, cheerful state, and it's like it's gonna hit you all of a sudden that you're twins. And I'm just noticing here, there's someone in the background of this house. Houses for me represent oversouls. So it's like the oversoul of your collective is bringing you a message that you and this other that you've met are twins. And of course, we might be talking about twin flames, or we might just even be talking about a soulmate that is so identical to you that you can't resist it. You can't resist it. You're going to fall, and you're going to fall in love. That's fucking stunning. I also am noticing how they are same sex too. That's really gorgeous. All right, Gemini, you're in for a trip. Have a good one. I will see you next time. And yeah, thank you for letting me read your energies.